I had had so many disappointments in life and heartbreaks. After trying everything to survive, I kept failing. So I decided to pray about it and attending church every day of my life in the morning before resuming my menial job despite a university degree rusting in my files. But for so long I kept going to pray, I always encountered a very beautiful, amazing, elegant lady kneeling down praying or fellowshipping with the congregation during morning mass to tap grace. But she seemed worried and praying for something very important to her. She was beautiful but did not seem happy, so I had nothing to offer her but my poverty. I had no words to utter to her except my pity. I used to think I was miserable, but I got her attention because she was looking flashy and luxurious, but the reflection on her face portrayed deep sadness. In the silence of my heart, I decided to take one day fasting and praying for her. I was tired praying for myself because I got no answers. I had nothing to offer to her except my prayers. I had prayed for a wife and a new life, but no woman was ready to love a broke guy like me. So I felt like I had no life at all. After offering her my genuine and sincere prayers, I never stopped coming to church, till one day I was running late for the morning service, and on rushing into church I jammed with her and we collided as she was walking out, and her handbag fell down and her stuffs fell out on the ground, including my handset, but none of it was shattered. I am very sorry, madam. Don't mind, it was my fault. I forgot something at home and was rushing back. I need to get to the office after the service. She was very polite and humble. Then while I was helping to collect her stuffs from the ground, our eyes jammed and she just grinned and went picking her stuffs including her phone from the ground, but I felt a deep tremble that melted my heart, but it was just normal. She was a very beautiful woman with a charming smile. After helping her to pick her stuffs, she said, "Thank you so much, I have to run home." As she left, my phone was the last item I collected. After the service, I went back to my hustle till the moment I got my phone ringing, but I was shocked. My number was calling me. When I picked the call, a woman with a charming voice spoke. "Please, I am sorry, you actually took my phone instead of yours. I discovered we had the same kind of phone with exact color and same back covers, and the funniest thing is that we are using the same ringtone." But before she could finish speaking, her phone, which was actually mine, went off. My phone had a low battery when I left for church in the morning. It was at that same time that I discovered that I had instead picked her phone that looked exactly like mine, but unfortunately her call didn't go through to the end. Was everything happening for a reason? The moment her phone went off, I discovered that when we jammed and her handbag fell on the ground, I instead took her phone and she picked mine, not noticing that our phones looked alike, and was the same brand. But there was no harm because I saw no ring on her finger, so I thought she was not married. Half an hour later, her phone started ringing. I didn't want to pick, but the caller kept insisting, and I had to pick because I thought she must have called me from a strange number, maybe to indicate where I could meet her to hand back her phone and get mine. I anxiously hoped to hear her charming voice, and when I picked, the caller did not even wait for me to say hello, and started asking authoritatively, "Lola, I have been calling you several times and you are not picking. Where are you? Remember, I bought you with my money. You belong to me and cannot hide. You belong to me and you cannot run or hide. I just returned back home and I want to see you immediately you leave the office." I wondered who was speaking. Was he her boss, husband, or her master, because he sounded like she was her property that he bought with money. But I didn't respond back because he sounded like a tyrant. I knew she must have been struggling to power my phone so as to call her phone back. It was 2 hours later that she called with my phone and pleaded, "Please, can you meet me at the restaurant beside the church and hand me my phone?" "No problem, I will be there. Are you already there?" "In a few minutes I will be there." I really craved to see her smiling face again, so I rushed to the restaurant, and there she sat wearing an angelic smile when she gazed at me. "Hello sir, have a seat," she said politely, and I wanted to be gentle and caring, so I said, "How was your day, Madam Lola?" But she was surprised. "How did you know my name?" "A certain man called continuously and countlessly, so I thought you must be the one trying to reach me through another number." The man sounded rude and furious. "What did he say exactly?" She was curious, and when I responded, he said something like you belong to him and that he is back home. She wore a dark face. Immediately she heard his description and continued, and added that I should report home immediately work was over. "Yes. Can this beast not stay abroad longer?" Before she could terminate her statement, I saw a luxurious Jeep parking beside the restaurant, and a classic and flashy handsome tall huge man got out of the car and walked straight to us. "So you have been cheating on me, after all I did for you and your stupid family. Let me explain. You have the audacity to give your phone to your boyfriend to pick your calls because you thought I will be coming back next month. I traced you here through your phone. It's not what you are thinking. Can you stop lying and get into the car? Let me take you home. Can you let me explain?" But the man gave her a dirty slap and she almost fainted on the floor. I was furious and gave the man a heavy punch, and he went down on his feet because I was also tall and muscular due to the manual tasks I was used to. You don't treat a lady like that. To be continued, like this video and subscribe for next episode.